Hi, everyone. My name is Pooja Vishwanathan, and I'm the CEO and founder of Braze Mobility. We've developed the world's first blind spot sensors for wheelchairs. Today, I'm going to share a story of a veteran, a vision, and a village. This is Phil Ratzlaff, a veteran who uses a power wheelchair for mobility. This is his family and his caregivers, his wife Carol, and his daughter Amy. Phil served in the Marines from 1970 to 1974. When asked about his health, Phil describes himself as a Marine with no legs, ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, traumatic brain injury, a tracheostomy, legally blind, otherwise in good shape, smiley face. Phil also has a great sense of humor. Phil's first mobility device was a manual wheelchair, which he used for about 20 years. Addressing common misconceptions about wheelchairs, Phil emphasizes being in a wheelchair is not confining, it is freeing. I could go anywhere I wanted. When he switched to power mobility, Phil says, I could go as far as I wanted, as long as I wanted, in comfort. However, with his newfound independence and mobility, Phil faced some challenges. He says, I was dragging the couch across the living room without knowing it. I was causing property damage. I needed caregivers to help me navigate even inside my home. And then 3 years ago, Phil faced a traumatic incident. As he was just losing his vision, Phil crashed into a baby stroller. Luckily, the stroller was empty, but this scared Phil. Knowing that he would eventually lose his vision completely, Phil wondered if there was some technology available that could allow him to maintain his independence and mobility. Phil searched on Google for proximity sensors for his wheelchair. He also asked his therapist at the Minneapolis VA to see if they could help. Both paths led to one solution: the Braze blind spot sensors. These sensors could be mounted all around his wheelchair and provide feedback to him regarding obstacles in the environment through intuitive lights, sounds, and vibrations. The main sensor unit, called the Sentina, would be mounted to the rear of his wheelchair, and small peripheral sensors, called echo heads, were mounted to the front corners. While Phil was able to successfully navigate with the rear sensors, he found that the feedback in the front was not sufficient. Phil needed more sensor coverage. Around the same time, we were developing a more compact Sentina unit that could be mounted in the front of the wheelchair. Phil became our first user, and the system worked like a charm. We also provided special customizations that would allow Phil to adjust his sensor distances and the colors of his visual feedback so that he could see the lights better. This is a video of Phil navigating in his home using our sensor system, getting in and out of his pottery room. And here's what Phil had to say with regards to the system. Without a doubt, having a Sentina in both the front and the rear has been the cat's meow for me. It is everything I had hoped for and expected. I won't hesitate to recommend it. It really makes me more mobile, safe, and secure. I'm really pleased with it. This whole process took a village. It took Phil and his family, our team at Braze Mobility, his wheelchair provider team at New Motion, and the VA staff. But what I've shared with you is just Phil's village. We at Braze Mobility have our own village as well, which has enabled us to serve hundreds of wheelchair users. In fact, it all started at the Richmond VA, where a meeting with Brian Burkhardt at a conference helped us validate the problem we were solving. He mentioned that he had tried to build a similar solution for a client a couple of years ago, but hadn't got it working the way he had hoped. The Richmond VA was our first customer, and with the help of their team and so many others, we were able to get from a prototype to the system we have today. And we are continuing to develop new technology in collaboration with the VHA Innovators Network as an iEX Breaking Boundaries Collaboration Challenge winner. Hopefully, what you've learned from my story is the importance of the veteran. Get to know the veteran story, their pain points, their goals, the vision. It takes a clear vision to co create successfully with all stakeholders involved. And the village. Build your own village to help you innovate and make your vision a reality. Phil's not alone. There are thousands of veterans like Phil. Our mission is to help all these veterans navigate boldly, independently, and safely. If you'd like to join us in our journey, please contact us at info@brazemobility.com and visit our website at www.brazemobility.com. Thank you so much.